Hey, this is Lawrence D. Adams. This is the thinking class. When spirituality and the game combines, you have the thinking class. Join us today as we have an open panel when you can come up and discuss what you learned about the game that we shared today. The game that we shared today was the law of focus in the game. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are your disagreements on what we shared? Because when you understand the game at the level that we are giving to you, oh, your disagreements will dissipate. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear even your disagreements that maybe you don't need focus in the game. I want to hear from you. Join us now as we go live. Remember, this is when spirituality and the game combines, you have the thinking class. I am Lawrence D. Adams. Let's begin the show and let's go. Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. What's going on? How are you doing? We are live today. Wish out Jonathan W. We are live. I like that I like the message you gave earlier today. It actually was really good. Behind the scenes, shout out to everyone. If you're listening, you're watching us. Yes, we are live right now. Man, this has been an excellent show. We've been talking about the law of focus. Let me see if you can hear me loud and clear. Yep, you can hear me loud and clear. The law of focus. I'm waiting for everybody to get into the chat room. This has been an amazing week about the law of focus. And you know what's more amazing? The lives that have been touched by what we've been sharing. You know, I listen to a lot of other people, listen to a lot of content, I listen to stuff that's not even in the realm that I'm talking about. But it's interesting when you become focused, things begin to shift and to move in your life. John Adela, I hope you got the message I sent you on Telegram, what I sent you personally, and I'm 100% behind what you're doing. And so I completely agree with that, what you're doing and with how you're moving in the next level. That's one of the things with the law of focus. We're going to talk about it. I'm waiting for everybody to get into the chat room, everybody to get involved here. But we are live today, man. It is definitely a Friday. It is open panel. You get to come up and share up here what you thought, what you think, who, whatever the case may be. You get to share. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I know it's Friday. It is open panel. And two, I might sneak another broadcast later on today. Let's see how everything rolls out today. But definitely, you want to join us today as we talk about the law of focus, the final word, because it has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with you. So shout out to everyone who's listening, who's coming in, who wants to hear the law of focus in the game. We are at the end of the teaching. If you missed yesterday, man, yesterday was off the charts. What's going on, Kenosha? If you missed yesterday, it was off the Richter scales of what we were talking about and how we was en route to Jupiter. We was in 2024 with that. And you got to understand, your focus is going to be your best plan. And if you're not focused, someone has definitely got your attention. So definitely, I want to make sure we emphasize that. It's an open panel today. So you can come up and actually share today what your thoughts, what you think. Oh, I don't agree. You crazy. LDA, you shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And then we talked about a couple of things yesterday, even about the whole thing, somebody trying to show Dick Johnson and, you know, all that kind of craziness. Please. You got to do, brothers and sisters. So today we're talking about the law of focus. I'm actually excited about it because we're coming to the finale of it. And I think it's some key points I want to make sure I emphasize when it comes to the law of focus. Some key points. Some key points I want to make sure I emphasize with the law of focus. Some key points I want to make sure I emphasize with the law of focus that we did not cover none this week. In order for you to be focused, and it's brought up a couple of times, you need this one word, and that's discipline. If you do not have discipline, your focus will get out of focus. So you need discipline when it comes to focus, because everything is demanding and wanting your focus and wanting your attention to pull you away from what you really want in life. So you got to be on the money when it comes to discipline. And that's a word that most people don't want to hear because they want everyone else to be disciplined, but they don't want to be disciplined. Let me say that again. Everyone else wants everybody else to be disciplined, but they don't want to be disciplined in their own life. See, it's easy to say you need to be disciplined, but what are you going to do to be disciplined? So it's important that you understand what's going on, that you have to be disciplined. In order for you to be focused, you have to be disciplined. That's one of the key points you have to realize. I got something else too, that with your discipline, it has nothing to do with your emotional state. It has all to do with your choice and your conviction. In order for you to be disciplined, you have made a choice that you will not veer from the left or to the right. That's what discipline is. Discipline is that you will not veer from the left or to the right. What causes your discipline to be? And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get right to that. So you got to make a choice that you're disciplined, that you made a concrete choice. Not only did you make a choice, you made a conviction that this is what I'm going to do. I am not going to go to the left. I'm not going to the right. I am straight ahead. This is what keeps your focus in play. This is what keeps your focus in play. When you have made a decision that you're going to stand by your commitment, not to outside forces, but commitment to yourself and your conviction. That means you have a strong conviction, a strong resolve inside of you. This is the direction that I want to go on. This is one of the laws of focus in the game. Once you have a strong resolve that this is what it is, you almost have to become flexible but stubborn at the same time. I'm going to answer your question, John, because it's a good question. When it comes to discipline, you almost have to become almost stubborn but flexible enough to know when to move. And I'm using that word. I want to use stubborn. You have to become stubborn, almost unwilling to move, compromise on yourself that this is what I'm going to do. In your discipline that affects your focus. So a lot of times people ain't winning when it comes to the law of focus in the game because they have no discipline. That means they have no conviction and they have not made a almost dogmatic mindset that this is what I'm going to do. So John W. asks a good question. He says, what causes your discipline to be compromised? Your reason why your discipline becomes compromised. What's going on, Houston, Brad? The reason why your discipline becomes compromised is because you take your focus off of the end result and look at the middle instead of the end. The reason why many of us compromise our discipline when it comes to the law of the focus in the game is we take our mind off of the end result and look at the middle and at the beginning. So you say, I can't do that. You start to reason in yourself and they begin to have thoughts and concerns and what about this and what about that, instead of saying, I got the end result. Let me break it down because I'm giving a lot of information pretty fast. Let me slow down. When you focus on the end result and you live in the end result, discipline becomes easy. Discipline is not a hard thing. I'll put it another way since we got to go there. When for the guys, you asked John W. asked that questions. If you wanted to get with a particular woman, somehow magically a man becomes disciplined to do whatever he needs to do so that he can get the end result of that pleasure. He would go through whatever he needs to do. He would shave, he would clean up, brush his teeth, maybe comb his hair, cut his hair, whatever he needs to do, because the end result is the pleasure. What's going on, John, Tara? Because the end, you got to be your end result is the pleasure. Can't hear you? Can't hear me? Oh, shoot. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. The end result is the pleasure. I don't know why it's doing that. Can you hear me now? I don't know why it's doing that. You should be able to hear me now. I done said a whole bunch of stuff. Keep muting yourself, huh? Okay. So the end result. Okay. So think about this. The discipline, when it comes to discipline, is not a problem. It's actually easy. We just haven't put the pleasure at the end of it. Why does it keep muting out? Oh, I know why. There we go. You should be able to keep going in. You can hear you now? Good. So I ain't said a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. So when it comes to discipline, it actually is really easy. We have not put the goal. What's going on, Damon? We have not put the goal and the pleasure in front of us. We become disciplined for whatever brings us pleasure. So the example I was giving, oh, I know what to keep topping out. The pleasure of experiencing that woman, you become disciplined in whatever you need to do. Or same with the woman. She knows she becomes, I know a woman right now who stacks parts of her money so she can go at the end of the year and go buy whatever purse, shoes, and whatever she wants. She becomes disciplined because what? Because at the end of it, she's going to get the pleasure and the dopamine going through her, and the feeling of, I got it. Discipline is not an issue. We think it's the issue. It is not the issue. There's where the power of imagination comes into play. You need to be able to visualize your outcome with such audacity that your convictions don't falter despite your ever-changing emotions. Correct. So that's it right there. That is it. That's it. You think about it. Think about it. Think about this. You become disciplined when it's something that you can feel, imagine, and like almost taste. Ain't no guy in here gang say there was one girl that he wanted in high school. He thought about, he wanted to walk her home with the books or whatever the case. She was on the bus. You became disciplined all of a sudden magically. It was never hard for you. You didn't compromise. You thought about her. You dreamed about her. What would it be like to kiss her? Okay, what was she like? And we with the intimacy. Discipline wasn't even an issue. You did it. What happens is when it comes to the law of focus in the game, discipline is one of the things that we tend to think is a hard thing, but it's actually an easy thing. It becomes very easy when you think about it. Yeah, you done that. You done. Yeah. What? Think about it. What's going on, True Savage? Good to see you, bro. So when you become disciplined, is an easy thing. What happens is people make it hard because they only focus on the end. They focus on the beginning and the middle, and never on the end result. So you got to live. I'm giving some secrets out. You got to live at the end result, because what happens is when you live at the end result, you automatically begin to push forward towards it. So discipline is now that. What happens is we take our mind off of the goal or the prize that we're going for. Like you said, John W. We start to focus on other things. But when you become disciplined, there's nothing that can stand in your way. That's when your focus becomes almost laser sharp, because you have discipline. It's when we take our mind off of the finished product and looking at we look at how it takes to get there. That's when our discipline begins to fail. Every man and every woman has the ability to stay focused and disciplined if they really wanted to. We just give excuses. My son is in the military. He didn't know that he can be that disciplined until, pay attention, he didn't know that he can be that disciplined. Catch what I'm saying, because I think this applies to the game. This so applies to the game. He didn't know, my son in the military didn't know he can be that disciplined until someone challenged him to go further than what he thought he can go. Until someone says, you can do better, you can go further, you can accomplish more, you can have it all. That's when you have to go. We talked about this before, the stretch. The problem is we have people around us who causes us to be comfortable in our little bubble. So we never become disciplined, and we never tap into the true focus that actually gets us what we want. Talking to myself. Imagine that. If you had a group of people who would say, you have to make $10,000 in 6 months, what would you do? Think about it this way, because I'm going to give a live example with focus in the game, the law of focus in the game. There's a family whose grandmother has passed away. Someone's being yourself, manifesting other people. Yep. There's a grandmother who's passed away. But she didn't have insurance. And they need to bury her, and they need to pay for the funeral arrangements. Everyone is crying. Grandma, she was the best thing since sliced bread. She was there for me. She used to sing to me. She taught me how to color. She taught me how to read. She picked me up from the school when my mom was busy or my dad had to work. Grandma was there. But she didn't have insurance money. She didn't have enough money to even take care of herself, but grandma was there. The family's crying, they sad, they crying, and they're trying to figure out, what do we do? We don't have money, and everyone's and it's grandma sitting at the funeral home, and they're waiting for the family to make a decision. They're waiting for the family to make a decision. The family somehow magically becomes disciplined and focused. They sit at the table and eat some cornbread and grits, and not grits, but some cornbread and some collard greens or whatever they're eating, some strudels or whatever they're eating. They're sitting down and they're contemplating over a dish. What do we do for grandma? She was there for us, but she didn't have insurance money. What happens is discipline begins to kick in, and focus. And what happens is magically the money that was needed to bury and to have a funeral service for grandma comes into play. So-and-so had money over here. Little Joe, little starter kid, had some money he hid when he was out there in the streets. He dug that up out in the backyard. And this one, she didn't curl some people's hair, and she did some weaves, and she did some weaves, and she did some extensions and some lashes, and she didn't got some money. And this one looked into his retirement fund. Guess what happened? They collectively began to pool their money together for one common cause, and that is to bury grandma. Everyone became disciplined, and everyone became what? Focused. Was it a strain at all? No, it wasn't a strain. Was it hard? Did we have to beat you to get disciplined? No. Everyone stretched and pulled to collaborate together to complete the full goal of getting grandma buried and having a great funeral for her, a send-off for her. That's what the law of focus in the game happens. The goal or the end result was to make sure grandma, people falling out and crying, we miss grandma, she was everything. And everybody then gave their money so that grandma's what? I keep going in and out. I'm not sure why. Grandma, everybody makes sure that grandma's send off is good. And then even afterwards, people have food for the reception or for after the repast for grandma. So everybody eating good. I remember grandma, she used to eat this and she used to do this. She gave me my first Tic Tac when I was in church, and she used to eat mints all the time. At the repast. What happened? We became disciplined and we became focused because of the end result of making sure grandma was taken care of. So was there ever an issue about compromising on making sure grandma wasn't going to get buried or not? No. Was it even a strain? No. Because the end result was so crystal clear that you want to accomplish it. You were already there. Your emotions key was at the end result of making sure grandma was there. Do we understand? Do we get that? Do we understand the power of what? The discipline that takes place when focus is there. I gave the example of the man. He's in high school. He sees this girl he likes. Back then, I'm old, so I'm talking about she had a Jerry curl. I'm thinking about a particular young lady right now. I ain't gonna say her name because she might be listening. She had a Jerry curl. Used to see her walk to school and walk back. She was fine. She was smart and this and this and that. Came disciplined to say, hey, what's your name? How you doing? You find out what class she got. You show up outside her class. Hey, I carry your books to your locker. You became disciplined. It's that easy. Send the link, send that link. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send the link. But with those family members being disciplined enough to get their life insurance policy up to date so that their send-off won't be so stressful to the family ones. That's it right there. You get my point. The focus was wrong, but because grandma didn't take care of business, she put the strain and struggle on the family members. So let's get this link up here. What time is it? 1:56. So I want to make sure I emphasize that with the law of focus in the game, we can be focused when we want to. We can be disciplined anytime we want to. What's going on, Bernie L? We can be focused anytime we want to. When you think about it, you get a call, and John the Dove, you get a call. Hey, baby, I want you to show up tonight. I'm waiting for you. I got I got a plate of food ready for you, and I got something else cooking for you. You'll wash up, make sure your hair cup, you'll clean everything. You'll do, they call it a monkey bath. You'll do a monkey bath and you'll get up there and you make sure you get, hey, where the food at and where else I need to get at. It's amazing how we get disciplined when we realize the end goal. So let me give this, oh no, cancel. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's do this, copy. It's amazing how disciplined we get. That's all we need. She's like, yeah, I cook you some instant pivot. Right, you be an instant pivot. I made some food. I made your favorite dish. And she comes to the door with some high heels on and some lingerie and says, it's sitting on the table for you. I want to see you eat your food. And while she's eating the food, so look what's going on, driving and listening from the clouds. Good. See, you sitting at this, she's watching you eat, say, ooh, how's it taste, baby? All the time before you got there, you was thinking about what she said she cooked that was your favorite dish. And you thought about it. I can't wait to get over there and eat that food, rest a little bit, and finish what I came here to do. You instantly became disciplined. You might have been tired from working 12 hours, but somehow you magically got strength to drive your car 10 miles out from your house to get over to her house to get that food, get that nourishment, to see her cook that food for you. And then all of a sudden, she said, you finished? She grabs the plate. She has something to refresh your palate, to wet your whistle. And she sits there and she does that. She said, I want you to come with me. The house smells like what? Your favorite scent of candles. The lights are low. She got music playing. And she grabs your hands, brother, and leads you to her bedroom. How disciplined are you going to be? Magically, you become magically disciplined out of all. Wait a minute. I didn't work to 12 hours, but somehow I got strength. Because you're thinking about the end goal, the pleasure of what it would feel like at the end. He said, facts, no better motivation in the world. I'm telling you, we what happens is we have not given enough pleasure around our discipline so that we can be focused. What's going on, Joe Bass? You got to be disciplined as a green beret behind the sniper rifle. That's right. You got it, bro. You become disciplined. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. They talking about some sipping. You talking? No. You become disciplined, and you like what she do. And she says, "I want you to lay down on the bed. I'm going to take your clothes off, bruh." Thank you. I appreciate that. She said, "I'm going to take your clothes off," and she meticulously takes your clothes off and rubs your head. This head. Let me make sure I emphasize it. Rubs this head and rubs your shoulders and whispers in your ear, "I've been thinking about you all day." Your discipline becomes very, very, very easy, and your focus becomes very, very clear. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, y'all let me know in the chat room. I put the link in there. It's amazing how we try to, oh, discipline is hard. I can't do it. You become disciplined for what feels good. What happens is we have not put enough pleasure around our discipline. We only put a lot of pain around it. When it becomes pleasurable, because we have two dynamics here when it comes to focus and discipline. It's the pain and the pleasure. But when you see the pleasure, think about that. And then she rubs your head and rubs your shoulders. Guess what happened? Woo. It changes everything. They should say, lay back on the pillow. We do things in the most disciplined fashion when we are emotionally connected to the end results. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. I'm just saying. This is fact. This brings up so many memories, right? Facts, LDA. You get joy and pain, sunshine and rain, right? Y'all know y'all be telling me I look like Frankie Beverly up here, but I'm here to tell you it's something. And she say, lean back and put your head on this pillow, and then she takes her. You don't tell me if she does that once and she makes a phone call to you 3 days down the road and say, come over and do it again, how disciplined you would get. How focused you would get. You get focused for what feels good. You get focused with the least resistance of pain. You get focused. The law of focus in the game becomes crystal clear to you. Oh, wait, don't think I'm just talking to the men today. I'm talking to the women too. Don't let a man say, hey, and he's good at what he does. You will figure out a way how to jump out a parachute, woman, into this man's house. Because you know he know what he's doing. You become focused. Then proceed to put your thumb on your mouth after she wants you to lay down on her pillow. You got it. You become disciplined on something. Like, wait a minute, sister. We see how easy discipline becomes. I'm glad you brought it up, John and Deb, because this is so important, so important, so important. We have not applied enough pleasure around the end result to pull us to it. We have not engaged our emotions to smell, taste, and think about how it would feel. And then what happens is, guess what happens is we become disciplined towards it. That's the law of focus in the game. That is the law of focus in the game. You become focused. Ain't no man on this listening to me. He never got that focused before. Fierce Soda's in the background. What's going on, brother?
My man.
All right.
We in the building?
You in the building.
Ooh. You know, hold on. I gotta rep first. Gotta rep it. You already know we ain't number 1 right now. We number 3, but you know, we in there. Shout out to TTC.
What's going on, man? Like that fresh cut?
Hey, fresh, but I appreciate it, man. Nice little shower. Nice shower. That's it.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to speak about the focus this week, LDA. You've helped so much on this topic. I don't know where to begin because you lost me with the grandma story, and that's real. Those that still have our grandmas and those that went through that process with our grandmas, it's real. So you messed me up with that. But I want to talk about the urgency that you put in me this morning. I'm gonna be real personal. You know, this is how we get transparent with everybody and to relate and be real and let people know we ain't on no BS. So my license, I had no idea, got suspended. You know, I ride. So these things are important to a truck driver. And we have companies that run our motor vehicle MVR report once a year. So my license had a suspension that I had no idea about. And it was a ticket that I got in December. And it's our accountability to handle the tickets. But the way, especially being from Jersey, when you get the ticket, you usually wait like a week or two or a month for the real ticket to come to hit you with that warning. All right, you're going to pay extra $20 if you don't. That's how you know. All right, it's real. It's already in the system. Let me handle it. And I didn't receive any of those tickets. They went to an older address that I had on my license. So when the trooper looked at my license, he looked at the one from my previous address, not the new address that I live. So all those tickets were going, all that info was going down to my old address. So here's when the focus kicked in. Now, I could have let this thing just slide and just be out of work. And I'm not out of work, but these things could have led if I didn't snap into the focus. If I just let the system take care of my responsibilities. I can't rely on Trenton, New Jersey, the capital of New Jersey, to fix my motor vehicle problem. I can't rely on PA, Pennsylvania. They're not concerned with what I do and how I move in this state. It's different laws. So I got on the phone. I had to call up different various spots to get information because I was focused. I didn't let nobody wait because this is my license. This is my livelihood. This is how I eat. This is how I take care of my family, my dog, my son. You know, this. When you're not focused, it messes up the focus of everybody else. So when you're in focus, it helps out not only your career, things you got going on, but it helps out everybody who relies on you. When you're focused, everything around you starts to captivate off that focus. And I see it. And because I acted on that, and I got on numerous calls this morning, different people sending me to different spots, not getting the proper information, but I stayed diligent because I'm hungry and I need that. So I kept calling. She's like, you just call back. Well, I'm calling again. I need some information. She's like, I like your focus. I was like, that's funny you mentioned focus. But she's like, I like that. I was like, I just need this business handle. Whatever I got to pay, I'll pay it. Let's just get this thing done so I can get back on the road, take care of my business, and I don't have the troopers on me. Or if I'm getting pulled over worrying about something on my license, if something's on the truck that they need to scan and detect, let that be about the truck, but nothing reflecting on my license and getting arrested and whatever the case is, just foolishness. So thank God we talked about this focus because this could have went under the cracks. I could have just looked at that letter like, get to it later. It ain't about nothing. But because that focus and looking ahead 2 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times ahead, because we know what's going to happen if we don't take care of it. Focus. And on that, one more thing, I mentioned all week, Telegram, and even in the class, a wise man told me things happen when you focus. It stayed with me for a long time because when he mentioned that, I stayed stagnant for a while, but when I actually started getting focused, really focused, all my problems as far as the things that I struggled with went away. But when you outside of that focus, you wondering why those problems keep spiraling around back to you. You have to stay in that focus. That focus could just be for that season, but whatever that focus on, you have to stay in that line of direction because there is, in a time of loss, there's a learning lesson. In a time of winning, there's a lesson. So you got to be focused to see all those in and out so you don't make no mistakes and everything's transparent. Everybody's on an understanding. You, most of all, have an understanding with yourself.
So it's interesting that you manifested the word focus this week. What happened to you, bro?
You said I manifested the word
Yeah,
focus?
you manifested the word focus today. You just said it.
I did?
Yeah. Think about it. You said the lady said
All things about last week. Yeah.
She said what? You really focus.
Right. Right.
You manifested that in your life. So if you can manifest that, guess what happened?
Everybody else going to manifest off that too. There's a circulation going on. Get with it. I know y'all feel that. Get with that.
Right.
Get
That's
with it.
what most people miss right there. Dude, the power of the power. See, everybody talk game, but they're not giving you these fine-tuned combs to actually pull it together. I'm gonna tell you what I noticed already when you came up. Let me get my shot together a little bit. Let me tell you what I noticed when you came up. First of all, you in your car, you got the fresh cut, and it looked like a nice car that you're rolling in.
Oh, it's 2004. I just keep it up to date.
My point exactly. Why? Because your focus is what?
Back on target. When I wasn't focused, it's funny you say that. When I wasn't focused, I let all types of problems happen with my car, not paying attention to my wheels, not paying attention to my engine, not paying attention to the maintenance problems, which will incur with the check engine light. And you can ignore that check engine light for a long time. It could be one small thing that you could just tweak and it'll be gone. But when you let problems keep going, more problems start. So instead of tweaking one thing underneath that engine, now you got 7 other things to replace because you weren't in your focus.
Dude, man, you just dropped some freaking gems right there. Jeez Louise. Let me see what Jonathan W. said to that, dude. Focus works akin to the energy, either created or destroy, it circulates. Correct. Man, dude, but you right on the, oh, you got the 10 on there too? Oh, you got the 10?
Oh, come on, LDA. Come on, we passed this, man. It's basic stuff for me and you. Come on, TTC, we beyond tents. We thinking about, listen, I would like to have the Maybach with the tents. Give me that Maybach.
Right, dude.
That Aston Martin.
Right, but you own it right there with the whole, let me talk while I'm with you, I'm doing testing at the same time. But dude, you right on it right there, because a lot of times our focus when it comes to the game, we wonder why my game ain't working? Because we're focusing on the problem and not on the solution that's resided inside of us. Talk about that.
That's real talk. That's real talk. When you start to tune in, and it's crazy you say that because you know the problem. You'll know the problem. You could be in the shower thinking about, that's you think about everything in the shower, good, bad. Oh, I'm glad I don't drink. I'm glad he has that problem. I'm glad I don't have that problem. You just think about all types of stuff, and you have to compare and contrast. You don't have to, but this is what I do. Because my brother, he's a drinker. So I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, man, I'm glad I don't have that vice. I'm glad I'm not a drinker. But if my brother would acknowledge his vice, he'll be on a certain level that he'll have more money in his pocket. That's number one. This is just me thinking for my brother. I'm just like, man, I hate to see him always going back and forth, but he drinks. He's not a drunkard. He just drinks. And I'm like, man, I'm just glad I don't have that vice. But even when I started to develop that in my younger years, hanging with some cats, drinking that old English, that easy Jesus, that Still Reserve, all that nasty stuff, I was out of focus. Other people wanted to put their focus in my focus. They wanted my focus, and they wanted to install their focus in me.
Whoa. Slow down. Slow. You just can't let you go past that stop sign. You said that people wanted to install their focus in you.
Yeah.
Dude, multiple, that's powerful.
So much. A lot. That happens a lot. You'll have, good and bad. We all know about friends, associates, people around us, people who just intrigued by us. It don't have to be a bad thing, but you also have to question, why is this person in your life? Why are they here? Are you benefiting them? Are you a benefit to them? Because I don't mind being a benefit to anybody, but why are you here? Are you making me feel good, or are you draining me? So the focus got to be in the direction of how I want it. I want positivity in my focus. I want to travel in the path of people who are on that focus, in that positive path. I ain't nobody perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. You go grab a drink, go smoke your blunt, go do whatever you do. But when we align with each other, whether it's for business or for personal growth or whatever, let's stay in that line of positivity. We don't have to be a negative. We had our negative times. Let's stay in this line though. Wherever that line taking us, this the line I'm on. This is the focus line. That's the line of real estate. That's the line of being a better producer. That's the line of being a better man. That's the line of being a better father. That's the line of being in line for the woman that's designed for me. I'm in a line.
Don't stop that sign. So you can't go past that stop sign. You ain't gonna let you go. You can't go past that stop sign.
Speeding ticket. Speeding ticket. Hold on, slow down.
Let me speak to this. Let me speak. Oh, you said when you get focused, you get in line. When the man gets focused, he gets in line for what? The type of woman that he needs to be with.
Yes. Because I was attracting a lot of things that weren't good for me because that was somebody else's line of focus. And this guy, you want to talk about Pookies? I was around Pookies my whole life. That's why I got so much respect for them. I was a Pookie at one point. That's why I don't get involved in that. I was on the other end, on the phone telling, girls I'm with, telling them to tell their boyfriend to call them back. Or I was the dirty dude. I was the Pookie. So sometimes, man, this is deep. I don't want to get lost off of the focus. Because when we talk about things, see, I think I got almost lost off focus. But talking about that Pookie stuff, this guy, his name is Haas, and he introduced me to a lot of things. He's a comedian. He's actually performing with Tommy Lee Davis. Tommy Lee Davis, the comedian from back in the day.
Yeah.
So he's working with him right now. So the guy has always been on the line of doing things and getting things done, being in a large audience. And he was my roommate. He was 24 and I was 17 at the time. And when I would turn 23, he was moving out. So we lived with each other for a long time. But at that young age, you become a sponge to older men and how they move. Every day, listen, I got picked on because I didn't have the amount of women coming through how they had. It was me, my boy Haas, and his boy. They were 24, 25. So they were just like running through women. Bedboard every day, hitting the wall. I'm like, man, I can't get no sleep. And then I became the joke because I was bringing in a small amount of traffic. I just had a girlfriend. So this is the point I'm gonna get to when other people's focus get installed in you. Being around that for so long, I became that. I became the person who was in and out with girls. I was the one that was disrespectful, saying a lot of things that I shouldn't have said, because those older guys had so much of an impact on me that their focus became my focus. And so my blessings that was designed for me got sidelined, and things that started happening that I was being trained for, whether, through your teachers, people in your life, your mom, whatever, all that went to the waste. That was my focus, but it went to the wayside because I developed a new focus, which gave me tremendous confidence. It was a give and take. But then I learned a lot about how to treat women really messed up. That set me back. Because the people who were aligned with my focus at that time, they said, yo, you were supposed to have been married. You had all those good girls. What you do to them?
Can you hear me?
LD, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
That was my cuz calling. I can't hear you.
Okay. Oh, what's going on, Gina? Good to see you there, Gina.
Hold on. I'm gonna go out and come back in. I can't hear you.
Okay, good. So sometimes guys miss out on the person or the woman that's actually good for them because their focus is not correct. Same thing with women. A lot of women miss out on a good man because their focus is on the negativity of men. So that's why focus is so important when it comes to the game. See, what happens is when it comes to discipline, I'm gonna get this other side right quick. Johnny W's been giving the clues away. He's been giving the dreams about it inside the chat room. You have to be disciplined enough to not to entertain thoughts that's against your focus. Let me say that again. Yeah, let me say that again. Let me say that. Let me say this. You have to be disciplined enough to not to entertain thoughts that is against your focus. See, it ain't always the person. It is the thoughts that you entertain when you're by yourself in the shower, when you in the bed, when you eating your food. Those are the little crumb snatchers that try to pull you off of your focus. I'm talking to somebody.
It's true. Jonah.
That's true.
It's true. Very true. I hope somebody is getting the message of this focus, man, because it's so important. And it ties in so many parts of your life. It ties into your financial side. It ties into your mental, especially your mental. It ties into how you walk, how you carry yourself, your fragrances, how you move. People, man, focus is so serious. And when people see it, it's either they want a part of it or they're going to stay in clear of it.
Oh,
You
stop
can't
right
have
there.
both.
Step right there. You said something. You said something. I got to stop you at the stop sign.
Yeah, stop sign, boy.
Right
Speeding
here.
ticket.
When you're focused, you can easily detect who's supposed to be in your life and who doesn't supposed to be in your life, because their focus should match up with your focus.
Absolutely.
You can eliminate people easily because that's not my focus. I know you should not be, and when I want breakfast, do not put eggs on my plate. My focus is no eggs. Now, if they put eggs on there anyway, after I said don't put eggs on my plate, guess what? They're not part of my focus, and they're going to be talked to one time, and that's it. No eggs. I'm using that to be funny, but I'm actually being real about it.
Right.
To focus, you can eliminate.
Now, if they did egg whites, they got a special place in my heart.
You can have them, bro.
No eggs at all, huh? Over easy, hard, none of that, huh?
Yeah.
Scrambled?
Yeah.
I feel you. But yeah, you will know who's designed, and those people will know who's designed. So they're either going to jump in it, and it's not even hard how they enter your life, because once they're aligned with the focus, it's just like you knew them your whole life. You know, it's an easy transition. Shouldn't be rough. If it's rough, it ain't for you. Anything you got to force, it ain't for you.
If you got to force it, I want to go LDA after dark right now. If you got to force it, it ain't time to enter.
Mm-hmm. If y'all know what's going on with Trey Songz right now, that's the hint. Don't force nothing. And that's just the allegation, but I'm just saying, we know what's going on out here for real.
I'm just saying, but
saying.
when you're focused, when you know your focus of what you want or what you're supposed to have, either you with the ship or you're going to get off of this ship right now.
I like that.
Let me say that again. Either when you're focused, either you with this ship or you need to get off of this sugar honey iced tea.
And it's such a benefit of just the focus alone, man. It's not like you're losing, you're winning. You're not losing at all, man. To be one with yourself and entirely one piece, not all over there, not thinking about what he talking about, not thinking about the thoughts of your parents, just you. After a certain age is a cutoff, man. You should be all day, you know. You run, you own your arms, you control your walking. You are accountable for you. All right, so let's stop with, you know how we do with accountability on this side in the thinking class. You know, everybody's accountable for what they do, all one piece. There ain't nothing sold separately. It's all on you.
That's facts, man. Man, I can't explain how this week on focus has helped me and how it showed me where I haven't been focused at. You think I'm up here and it don't get me? The sword cuts two ways. Let me say that again. I can't teach this if I haven't lived it. That's my thing. And also the sword cuts two ways. It cuts me as I'm giving it, and it cuts me as I'm giving it out, but it also cuts you as you're taking it. So it cuts me the same way. I had to look at an area where I was focused at that was completely wrong. trying to help somebody.
We're listening for that story.
All right. Well,
that would
have to be on the Telegram.
Sounds good.
To be on the Telegram, I can share that. I can't say it.
Y'all stop messing around. Jump in that Telegram too. We giving away a lot of game that we don't even share in TTC. You know, we we'll leave it at that. But,
whoa, Jonathan W. This message will be pushing me into 2024 and beyond.
J-Dub. Yes. Dude, I know what we talked about in the Telegram, but if you stay the way you're going to be on this road, bro, you're going to be looking like The Rock. You're going to be looking like The Rock. You know, that first 30 days is all you need. And you already into it. So stay at it.
Stay on right now. Hey, if anyone else wants to come up, you can hit the link. You can call me on Facebook, and it will actually ring through onto our live broadcast. You want to come and you want to disagree, you don't agree. Nothing we saying. Y'all stupid. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Forget this game. We talking about game. I ain't talking about being focused. I've been working without focus, and it's been working for me. Call and come up. But if you come up here, don't you better not show your Johnson on my show, because I will get Tanisha from last week, and she'll find your mama, your cousin, and your aunt, and your grandmama, and send them the pictures.
That's weak. That's weak. When I heard about that on Alfie's the other day, I'm like, man, dudes really are weak out here doing shit, man. Let's change the subject. That's weak.
So there's the link in the chat room. You want to come up and you want to say, hey, you don't want to be on camera. You can take the camera off and you can just say your audio. You talk crazy, do anything like that, I will immediately find you. I'm like, what's that movie? So when he calls, I will find you and I will get you. Can't think of the movie it is. Lehman.
I was thinking about Saw.
Yeah, Lehman. What's his name? Lehman or something like that. So I will find you. And they took his family. I don't know, they took his family or something like that. And he said, I will find you and I will get you. That's how we are over here.
I agree. I attest to that.
Oh,
I don't know the movie, but I agree.
Wait a minute. Look who's here. Bam!
What's up? Mr. J.
Hey, Lehman, thank you. It's Lehman Nelson. Lehman Nelson. It's Lehman Nelson. That's who it is. I will find you.
My man Jonah. What's going on, Jay?
Everything good?
Everything blessed, man. Everything's good. Handling business. What about you?
Hey, I'm living.
Yes. You are the business, man. You are the business. A walking business.
Facing challenges and banging them out.
You say, I'm Mr. Squirrel in your world trying to get that nut.
That's the focus, though, Jay. That's the focus.
Exactly. Gotta stay focused. I had a lot of things try to distract me this week. I'll tell you that much. Had a suspension compressor go.
What was that?
A suspension compressor go.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about license suspension. I'm like, welcome to the squad.
Dude, I had to fix that. Then I had an expansion. Everything about pressure this week has been about pressure. The expansion tank on my furnace went on me last night. It was leaking into the furnace. Can you imagine that?
Oh, man.
Had to have a plumber come out here early this morning. Crazy stuff. They trying to get at me.
Well, you don't look like what you've been through.
I can smile so I can live a day, you know.
There you go. Hat still to the side. Chain dripping. We good. You know, exactly. We good.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know if you were listening. We were talking about a couple of random things. I was telling them about a suspension that I had going on, and we talking about things that we don't sweat. When you have a problem, you just got to find the routes, the numbers, who you got to get in contact with. Go directly to the source. Directly to the source and get it handled. You know, but if you're not focused, say if somebody woke up feeling high or drunk, or they have something on, they know they're supposed to take care of some business, but they let these vices take care of them. So they can't take care of their business. And so their business start really taking care of them. Them, I was about to curse, but y'all know what I was about to say.
No, you're right. You're right. The issue is, and I like the whole subject matter of focus, right? The reason why we can't get through some things because we get out of focus. Okay, nobody said you can get something that challenges that you can't handle. There is no rule book that says, oh, this is too much. Right. Even me, I've hit my limit a couple of times very recently. But what you have to do is get focused on the end, get focused on the goal. If you can get through it by thinking and focusing on the goal, then the road literally lights itself up. When the pilot gets to the airport, they somehow figure out a way to light up the right landing lane for them to land the plane on. But then the pilot gets a chance to focus on actually landing the plane. And what we fail to do sometimes is get into focus when the lights come on to show you the path and show you the way. Sometimes people literally turn on the light and say, listen, come this way. I want to help you. And we don't get focused on realizing that was a solution.
You know, I don't know if LDA wanted to say something. I want to tap into that. I was on the phone with somebody right before class started. He sent me a couple of messages because we were in a certain syncrasy yesterday. I saw him at a store and we looked at each other. And I'm like, I know this guy. But, black folks, we always got to size each other up. Like, what he's staring at me like, until it clicked. I'm like, oh, I know this guy. He's like, oh, I know this guy. And we were in this certain focus together. And he says to me, listen, bro, I don't know. He said, I know who I saw, but I had to look twice. He said, I see a happy man. That's what he says to me. He's like, I see a happy man, but I also more than anything, he said, I see the fear of God and a happy man. I'm like, wow, for you saying that to me, bro. He's like, because with you feeling like that, he says, with me seeing you and seeing how you are and feeling this, he's like, this is my last blunt that he had a blunt in his hand when I ran into him. He's just smoking. He's like, this is my last blunt. Now, did I believe him? Because everybody always say this is their last whatever. I mean, the energy that I gave him, he felt confident in saying that. So we were in that synchronicity, and he says, I'm going to stop. He's like, I'm going to get back on my focus. He started talking about focus. He's like, I'm tired of working for Apple, man. He's like, I just quit them earlier this week. He's like, because I know that I'm focused on something greater than just Apple. And as we were having this conversation, he texted me this morning and he started showing me certain things that his mom was sending him about being in line with focus. And I said, as he's telling me this, I'm like, dude, you belong in my classroom because this is the subject of what we're talking about all week. I didn't say that to him, but I'm gonna text him this after we finish. And one thing that he says to me, he's like, bro, for us to be who we need to be, we got to stop all the things that we like that's not putting us in our correct focus, the things that's distracting us. I was like, bro, with you saying that, you know how many blessings I done passed up on? I said, because I had a smoking habit at one point. I said, I told myself in 2008, I was going to stop smoking. And then here's 2018, and I was still smoking. I said, bro, you have to put yourself in a line of the things that can happen, and then see yourself for the things that's not happening. Because one thing, a person that's on a vice could always feel like he's on a level of the blessings that he could receive as if he was in his optimum version. And it's not the same. You wouldn't be receiving that. You would have received the blessing if you was in your optimal version, but you wasn't, because with you being high, you didn't have the proper words to say. You weren't in that time period of saying or doing a certain gesture because your mind was cloudy. So don't tell me you was in the certain, you was the same person high as you were in your optimum version. Two different versions. And I know people battle with that. I talk to people who deal with their, whether they're alcoholics or they smoke or do mushrooms. People think their focus is the same, and it's not. The lens is completely different. And I said, I know I passed up on blessings when I was high at work, when I was high in church. Being real with you guys.
He was wait.
I'm being too real with y'all, but it's real.
I can't hear you, Jono.
I know how to be.
I can't hear you, Jono.
Jono, you gone.
Can't hear you. Dude, wait a minute.
You might have to go out and come back in like I did.
Dude, you were high at church.
I was cooking in church. I was cooking. I was getting that. I don't care if people hear me. I was getting that Holy Ghost, but I had the ghost in me already before I got the ghost.
So you had two.
So I was just trying.
You had two spirits working in you.
I had two spirits, but it's funny because inside church you think you're getting over on folks, but it's people who know they know, and those people who don't know they don't know. But it is what it is. I was in my y'all know. If y'all don't know, Boz ain't gonna clear that up, And
dude, I'm being Jalo. I gotta roast you a little bit.
Boz ain't gonna get that up.
I gotta roast him a little bit. Dude was in church working with two spirits, high as a kite,
cooking,
Holy Ghost moving, and still
cooking,
and still made it to church.
That's a multitask. That's a multitask. That's what they call doing the most.
I was doing the most. Even when the bishop had me, he had me in line because his sister was like the archbishop of the church, but she was you can actually look her up. Her name is Dr. Apostle Chris. She works at what's that big college? The William, the medical center. The William, what's it called? It's the big military base. She's like a doctor over there. Y'all know it if y'all hear it. But he was trying to set me up with her. And she had a 10-year, she was older than me, but she was right. She was right. She was real right. She's still right to this day. But I wasn't in my focus. Man. I was coming in there high. I would come in with a certain color outfit, a blue outfit, and then it'll be a girl be like, your girlfriend got the same color as you on. And I'll look over, she got on the same blue. Just different days, certain thing I'm supposed to say, but I wasn't in my focus because it takes away from your game. When you're not focused, it kills your creativity. Your creativity is your confidence. It's part of your focus. That's part of your game.
That's the reason why I wanted to emphasize this week, because I listen to a lot of people and everyone. Even though I make fun, say YouTubians. A reason why we do things over here different in the thinking class, because we are thinking, but we are of a different class. I want you to catch that. But I wanted to give the nuts and bolts to how game really works, because sometimes we just give it a blanket statement of what game is. We never tell you that you have to have a certain internal focus as well as a certain external focus in order for your game. When we talk about game, we're talking about strategies. I don't want nobody to get alarmed and triggered. We're talking about to get strategies to get your life going. We're not just predicating it. I'm saying this for the new people. We're not just predicating it to what? To just women or just men. We're talking about in life. The real game is so much bigger to what people think they know what game is. That's why this week was called the law of focus in the game, because there are laws that apply to focusing in the game that I think everyone needs to grab a hold to. And that one thing that we did cover today was discipline. Right. And if you realize we tie in the discipline part of it, you become disciplined to something that brings you pleasure that you become disciplined to something that at the end result is going to be a pleasure and relieve what? Pain. So focus becomes easily when you have discipline and you have what? Pleasure tied to the end of it. So that's the reason we wanted to bring this up this week about the law of focus in the game. I'm going to share behind the scenes on Telegram. If you're on Telegram, you'll see what I said behind the scenes about what I had to do to adjust. Focus is so important when we come to the game. Because people can give you all the information, but guess what? They never tell you how they got to the point of getting that game that works.
Right.
You want to hear something funny?
What's that?
This whole week we were talking about focus, and something came to me, pretty much in the middle of the week. And I remember, hey, listen, it's one thing about focus that we got to remember. Our mind is set to autofocus. Okay, our mind is set to autofocus, and it's never out of focus. The problem that we have with focus is we're focusing on the wrong things.
Right.
We're focusing on the wrong things.
Right.
We always are trying to pay attention to something, but are you paying attention to what's correct for the season that you're in? Are you paying attention to what's correct for the result you're looking for in this moment? And that's what we get wrong. We don't have a problem getting being able to focus. That's not our issue. We've been fine-tuning that ability our whole life. But what we haven't been doing was focusing on the correct things, pointing that focus into the direction of actual success. A lot of us are focusing on survival and then not thinking about the focus on thriving.
Right. Right. Real talk. Real talk.
That's why it's so imperative. If you want to come up here, still, please stay on. You want to come up, hit the link, and you want to call me through Facebook. You want to say I don't agree with nothing y'all brothers are saying. You come up here, you can say something. If you agree with us, come up here and say, let us know what you got this week, even this short discussion on focus that we're doing today. You can come up and share. It's an open panel, but I'm here to tell you, don't turn me into Lehman Nelson. That's gonna be one of my trigger keys. I will find you and I will kill you. That's gonna be one of my things.
Liam Neeson, you mean? Yeah.
Nelson, yeah.
LDA, I forgot to tell you, there was a happy ending to the story I was telling. We just got sidetracked with the Trenton and the PA thing. When I called Trenton, she was nasty. She was nasty on the phone because motor vehicle. I think they nasty everywhere. They might sign a waiver or application saying please be nasty to the guests or the customers that come. I don't know what's wrong with them, but got on the phone. She got a little nasty with me. I'm like, listen, I'm just giving you my information. Here's my license number, this and that, third. She's like, okay, all right. We can't do anything about it, but you're gonna have to call this number and get in contact with this to get it rescinded. I'm like, oh man. I could have just been like, oh crap. Let me just have an attitude about it. Nah. Got on the phone, called up PA. Listen, here's the fax number. I need you guys to be able to do this, such. This was at this, and this is that. She's like, okay, was there anything else we could do, Mr. Williams? No, that was it. No, we'll just send this right on over to Trenton, and you'll be good to go by the end of the day. Really? So my license is straight. I get back on the road, no problems. Like, I'm on the road now, y'all ain't stop me. But hey, it ain't the 10th yet. She's like, yeah, you should be good, and we apologize for the mix-up, Mr. Williams. You have a good day. Thank you. So now that's off my plate, that's all a result of just being focused, getting up hungry, decide. I mean, I was up since like 2 this morning. I ain't really sleep. I've just been up focused because I wanted this thing done. And when you have something on your heart and you want to get it done, you'll get it done if you want it. And that's part of being focused.
You actually don't even need to be good at it. You know that? You don't need to be good at it. You just have to get focused on it. Because the focus will actually put together what you need to be successful in that situation. You will start to build the stepping stones as it's moving because you were able to focus on it. And a lot of people who could tell their story is the people who remember how those steps were actually taken during the building process. Not everybody is knowledgeable about the journey they're about to go on, but they know they have to go on it. You get what I'm saying?
Example, with the LDA this year, you came in and helped them out so much, Jono. You guys helped each other. I'm pretty sure he's tech savvy, but in some departments, but because of your level of focus and understanding the technological game of a lot of aspects, a lot of things, you brought that focus. You shared your focus with him, and in turn.
If you think about it, though,
he didn't understand.
It was really me wanting to learn from him. You get it? My focus was really to learn from him So in my natural nature, I give and
Mm.
contribute what I can, but I really came to learn from him.
Was your initial when you first came? Did you initially Did you want to have a channel, or was that through inspiration of just helping with the setups and?
I wanted to get comfortable talking to people. That's what I wanted to
Mm.
do. I'm already too comfortable in a room setting or in a setting in an event or something like that. But talking online and feeling comfortable with people that are literally out in the ethers. Some people are watching and don't even respond. But we got to remember we're talking to them too. And I wanted to learn
Right.
that from LDA. That's
Even
what
the
I came to
replay
learn.
game. Now, were you good? Now, can you say you were good at that, or are you good? You probably good at it with business and everything, but on this type of platform, can you say
I
that you're
hope to
good
be.
at it?
I've gotten to do it a couple times on our own here. I don't know if I'm the best at it, but I know that I could tell by the way we dialogue back and forth. That's way better than doing it on my own. I can tell you that right now. For me, it takes a spurt in talent, and I think LDA has that talent to do it on his own. But for me, I think
Absolutely.
I am more comfortable going back and forth with somebody. I think that's going to be my portion.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
I don't know who
But
you
you don't.
are.
But you didn't know. You just jumped into it. That's the
I
whole
don't know.
thing. You
Yeah, all I had to do was focus on it.
the focus.
If I didn't focus on it, then I would have been denying and saying, "Oh, you know what? I don't know if I could do this." I'll sit in self doubt the whole time, and I'll be wondering. You know what I'm saying? The bird who sits in the nest always wonders if it can ever fly until it jumps out to see if it can. Now
Real
it may
talk.
hit the cliff. It may actually spread its wings and go, but you wouldn't know the result until you actually took the leap. You got to
I
take the
used to
leap.
always be afraid to go to the skating ring. Everybody used to
Mhm.
skate around me, and I
Oh
never
my
learned how to
God.
skate.
Mhm.
I learned how to rollerblade before skate. How about that? Rollerblade is harder than skating. But I said, I want to get on these wheels. And I'm tired of people going around dancing, picking up all these chicks at the rink. I want to learn. So I got on
Yeah.
these skates and I fell. Got a couple of, scratches, and you're gonna hurt yourself a couple of times. But do you want to just keep thinking and dreaming about it and
You
watching
remember
everybody
Skate
else do it?
22? Remember Skate
I remember
22?
Skate 22 in Union. Yep. Hillside.
Yo, that's where I learned how to skate. Actually, no, that's not true. For all you Brooklynites, I went to Empire first. Empire roller skating ring in Brooklyn is where I got my first experience, but I was never actually taught. I was doing doing like this for many years until I went to Skate 22 and actually learned how to skate. And I actually bought a $300 pair of skates because I was determined to learn this.
I
I
didn't
got
think they went up that high.
The
Sheesh.
Shimano plate and everything with the leather shoes and everything, and I got good
Ooh.
for a season. That was one of my
Whole spin. You was
post-divorce
going backwards.
exercises.
You was going backwards with it, Jeff.
I became a DJ and I started skating. That's what I did to distract my mind from divorce, and I got good at both of them.
So your focus, because you focused on something else, that actually healed you in a place that you needed healing in, but it was kind of like a subconscious thing. You weren't looking for it, but it
Absolutely,
just came.
absolutely. I bought
So that's
and what was crazy was I bought this diamond cross at the same time too to remind myself that I didn't, she was trying to get me to go buy another house because we were selling our house. She said, take the money, go buy another house right away. I said, no, I'm buy something crazy. I bought some DJ equipment. I bought the cross. I said, listen, I'm going to remind myself every day that I'm always valuable. I'm always worth something. And if I ever had to sell it, it was already going to be worth something selling it because it was an investment. I'm never going to just invest in the property. I'm going to invest in me.
I like that. And that's funny because that's usually the other way around. They want you to invest in something kind of funny or not important at the time and will want you to put that into a house.
Yeah.
But you was like, no, I'm going to put that into what I want. And she wanted to put it into the house, right? But that's usually
she felt like I wasn't doing the right thing by not buying another house. I'm like, I already had that experience. That's never gonna go away from me. And when it's time for me to buy another house, I will. But if I'm a bachelor now, why do I need another house?
I like how you took control of that.
You know what I'm saying? And when I met my current wife, I met her in the place that I lived at that time, and we bought a house together. The house I'm sitting in right now. I've been here for 16 years. Home ownership didn't go away from me. You know what I'm saying? It's about making the house a home and wanting to keep it and wanting to maintain it. It wasn't just about the investment strategy of keeping the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
When the focus is
the
aligned.
money was well more worth sitting in my business and how I was going to make the money to pay for the house, not just the house. You could sit there and say, get approved for, at the time, the mortgage for this house was $4,000. You think I was going to be able to pay that with $50,000 in the bank? It'd be gone in less than a year. No, I had to put the money into the business to pay the mortgage. Get it? And the mortgage, and it paid the mortgage for 15 years. You get it?
Man, I get it. I get it. We can't hear you. LDA.
I got to take a call. I'll be right back.
Okay, we can't hear you. Well, LDA can't hear us. All right, so I guess I'll hold it down until then. Let me see what the chat talking about. I can't see the chat from here. I'm in StreamYard. J-Dub, Sigma, my dudes. Joe Blast. I can't see none of y'all. Want to chop it up with y'all though. LDA, we can't hear you.
Should be able to hear me now.
There you go.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just saying, you come up. I already got it queued up. This is going to happen.
I don't know who you are.
Who's that?
I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
That is, I'm just make sure you got it. Maybe they didn't hear it. Did he hear it?
That's a man about his focus right there.
Let me say
Very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Oh yeah, you got that pause face. You there? You stuck?
I'm just letting it be known. I'm letting it be known. Don't play with LDA and the thinking class in any way. Those particular skills we will find you.
All day. All
I'm
day.
just letting it be known. And let's get the number today. Today is 502 is the number. Shout out to the editor. He came in and dropped some good information in. The number today is 502. 502 is the number today.
502.
502 is the number today. I got to figure out what is going on. Ooh, boy, everything is shutting down. 502 is the number today. 502 is the number today. So if you're listening today, the number today is 502. Shout out to the editor for coming in all the way from India. He is a real true trooper. He said, I am at 502 videos that have been created on the thinking class. Shout out to him for looking at the numbers and being
nice.
Right. So shout out to the editor. He's
the
always
editor.
The editor is always on it. Appreciate him. We have behind the scenes conversations. So yes, 502 is the number today. LDA has reached 502 videos in his channel. Make sure you share the channel link and show your support. Thank you so much to the editor. And shout out 502 is making 502 is the video today. So 502 is the number for today. You know what we do with the 502. Oh, she already on it. Wow. Am I muted again? I shouldn't be muted again. Good. Hear you. Yes, you know to be known. Don't play with LDA. 502 502 symbolizes what? Wisdom. This is the number that brings a message from the angels that you have the abundance in life. Your angel wants you to make the right decision whenever you're doing.
Mm.
You can't make this up.
There it is. And let's get the other
502.
numbers bringing a message that it's a positive changes in your life and let go of old ways of doing and being that are no longer positively serving you. Release old doubts and fears. So 502 is the angel number for today. 502 is the angel for the number. I'm gonna read it again so we can get this because we can't make this up. 502 symbolizes wisdom. The number brings a message from your angel that you can have abundance in life, that your angels want you to make the right decisions in whatever you're doing. Angel number 502 brings a message that it's time to make positive changes in your life and let go of old ways of doing and being that no longer positively serves you. Release the old doubts and fears. You can't make this up. This is for someone for this Friday.
You can't make this up.
It's got 502 again. 502 wants you to realize that many opportunities that you have, work hard to grab them for they belong to you. So on this day, we have went past our time. This is for everyone. I want you to make sure you get this angel number. Please understand, we do not make this up. I don't pay anybody to get no angel number. Angel number come out of the clear blue sky. Nobody knows where the angel number come from. It just comes up. But the word that is formed for the angel number is for everyone who's in this class. The angel number is for if you see the number 502 anywhere, 205, whatever the combination, it connects you to what we're teaching. So it's imperative that you understand why we do the angel number. Because I had somebody, they think I didn't see what they did. They said, they didn't say us. Let me put it that way. They put it out there about divination and all like that. We don't do no divination. We're connected to the spirit of the living God. So I'm gonna get that. Let me get that very clear. And I'm not telling nobody to play the number. So I know John the Double is gonna put the thing. Let me say this, but we have had people who have played the number, and what has happened? They hit multiple times. They hit multiple times. They hit the number. So, huh?
Nah, Tom, this ain't no voodoo.
There ain't no voodoo. We don't play that kind of mess over here. But I'm not. You play at your own risk if you play that number 502 box square, whatever the case may be. Whatever, that's on you. We don't condone gambling in any shape or form. But I'm here to tell you, if you do hit something in the church, they say, "Remember what? Remember me." Remember.
Drop something on it.
Put something on it. But I'm here to tell you, people have won the lottery at their own risk by playing whatever they did. But I'm not, don't get me all that. I don't want, you ain't getting me tied up in that kind of foolishness. Then you come in here trying to come after my company. Because then I'm gonna play my thing again. You don't want me to play that. You don't want me to play that again.
We're coming for you.
You don't want me to do that. But I just want to make sure we emphasize. So the number today is 502. I want everybody to really get that. Great conversation. If you enjoyed this week, like the comment afterwards. Like the comment afterwards. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I might be a little delayed though.
Okay, yeah, I know everything is shut down. Like and comment afterwards. Thank you for watching. We've been talking about focus. I think John may come back. He had no call, but I want to make sure everybody get that. If you at the last minute, if you want to come up, I'm gonna put the clock on.
My man Bernie Alec.
Yeah.
Makina.
If you want to come up, you have the opportunity to come up. You have the opportunity to come up.
Tools, baby.
Let me figure out what's going on. Why that's happening, I can figure out what's going on with my other camera. Good thing for backup cameras. So if you want to come up, you have an opportunity to come up and actually share. Thank you so much for everywhere. And wait a minute, this jerk chicken Friday. I got to get some jerk chicken. Ain't nobody gave to the jerk chicken fund. No super chat, Cash App. I need to get some jerk chicken today.
Hey,
Just,
that jerk chicken last week that you sent. Woo, them fries.
dude, it was the
Do it
truth.
like that.
Dude,
Golden Crust don't even do it like that over here in Jersey. I'm like, I'm tired of these fake little Caribbean restaurants. I need that real.
man, that was the truth, dude. I'm here to tell you. I'm
I
gonna tell you how
believe.
much it was the truth. I made a mistake and got spicy. I ain't never doing that again.
It looks spicy.
I paid the price for the spicy.
I know you. I was just about to say that.
I paid a major price for the spicy paid. I paid the price for the spicy.
Eh.
When I mean
Hey,
I
but
paid
it
the
was
price,
good though.
huh?
It was good though. While I was in the moment though, right? It was
Yeah.
good, right?
Later on Monday, baby,
Pepto Bismol.
my stomach was doing. Mike Tyson was in my stomach. Yeah, he was in my stomach doing boop, 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 boop. It was my own. Yeah, it was my own ass fault. I learned today: never do spicy chicken. No, spurky jerk. Give me the mouth.
Don't do it early in the day.
I tried to, man.
About the shit.
I was at work. I was like, they was talking to me. I grabbed my stomach, like, And Mike Tyson was in my stomach. Boop, 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 boop.
It is what it is, though, man. Go light today.
I'm getting barbecue spicy. So if you cash app for the Lawrence D. Adams.
Well, Jay, he says your own ass fault. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't doing that again. I promise you I ain't doing that again. I was like, Jesus. I was calling for him that on that one. I don't know why I'm away from my camera to
shout out to Houston Bread.
No shit.
I don't know if she in here today. I know she came yesterday. Houston Bread came through. A couple of folks. Shout out to the class though. True Savage, where you at, man? Come on up.
He's working, getting that bread.
Getting that bread. That's what it is.
Ain't mad at him.
Is.
But I'm gonna get that in. We might sneak another show in later on today.
Sneak one of those premieres or real live.
I got something else I gotta talk about. Somebody asked me a question. Somebody asked me a question. Should I say this?
Or should we save it for later?
I'll give it a little bit. I may talk about it. I don't know. Somebody asked me, LDA, what's your body type?
Yeah. I would say, hey, can I guess it?
Go ahead.
You like them thick, man. Listen, not the BBL type. What do you call them? Brazilian butt lifts? Not that type. All natural, curvy. Leave it at that. Real hair. I'm guessing.
Come on, keep talking. I ain't saying yay or nay.
Hazel eyes, or brownish. You may be more of a thigh man than a breasticist man. Trying to keep it PG over here, and more so, besides the curviness, a mind maybe.
So I'll say this: if we was at Kentucky Fried Chicken, can you hear me, Jono?
Yes, sir.
So they were saying, they asked me, well, LDA, what's your body type? I may talk about it later on. I said, what's my body type? So if we was to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, I definitely want some sides. I want some mashed potatoes and some green beans. But if we were to pick what type of meat I would get, I definitely would get white meat, some breasts, and some thighs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm just saying. See, the mashed potatoes. Let me stop. The mashed potatoes with the gravy.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying what types ask me. When somebody asked me, John, I'm like, what's your type? What's your body type? You like this kind of woman or that type of woman. I like Kentucky. I said Kentucky Fried Chicken, not KFC. I'm talking about when it was a restaurant. I want some mashed potatoes with gravy and some vegetables on the side, some green beans or something like that with a little bit of, seasoning in there. But you hit the right point when you said she got to get this mind. If she ain't got a mind, I don't have time. Look at John looking away.
Yeah, he was focused over there for a second. He's like, we talking about food or we talking about
I picked up what you were throwing down.
So somebody always asks me, yeah, so
I like
saying,
focusing on the thighs and the dark meat.
You guys made it to the point.
I'm just saying, I do like white meat.
Nobody shaming you, brother.
Thank you so much. Somebody did send the cash up. Thank you, John and W, for the
rice.
Gotta get that dirty rice,
Sure. Let me give a shout out to John and W. He gave me the cash app for the jerk chicken today. No spicy jerk chicken. No spicy jerk chicken ever for LDA. Ever.
Don't pay for that again on no Mondays.
Don't forget the sweet apple pie.
Oh my God.
Hey, you getting a coconut soda or you getting a root beer? What do you get?
I got it last week. I want a grapefruit ting.
Oh, you want a ting?
Grapefruit ting.
No champagne cola?
Champagne cola. I want a champagne cola with it, you know mine.
Now, if you really on game, you be ordering that sorrel. Get the sorrel.
Oh my God. So I can wash down that. See, John the Devil said that I prefer apple Alamo. Okay, Alamo apple. See,
my man. Hey, that's LD after dark.
I'm just. They're asking what kind of woman, what I mean, like.
Who said that? J Dub?
No. And they actually somebody asked me outside of the show. They asked me what kind of woman I like. So you want to wash down that white meat and that dark meat. You want to wash down it so you can get all the digestion in.
Much respect.
Kept it clean too. Irish sea moss.
I'm going to get some today. To keep everything.
Remember that song by Kanye West, Stay Up?
Yeah.
That was my jam.
Wow. Yeah, we speaking in code right now.
No pills if you got the Irish sea moss.
Right.
We speaking in code right now, baby. But they asked me what my lights didn't went out, my road didn't went out, my other camera ain't working right now. The Mevo ain't working, so I gotta do this. But I'm here to tell you. You said, look at Jono's face, right? Jono's face telling it all.
Serious.
But it's the truth. But see, this is the thing. I'm glad I'm saying this. You know why? Sometimes men never discuss what they really want from a woman or what they're really looking for, because they're focusing on what other men want. I don't want what other men want. I want what makes my Nassau activate.
It's true. Joe, no. See, I know we get different diversity of women that come in our class. I like chocolate ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, butter pecan, coffee. That's like coffee ice cream. That old people ice cream? Nah. Coffee is a certain type of blend. I like them all, to be honest.
Right, but that's why I'm saying that, because sometimes we forget. Even though I'm up here teaching all the time, I do have what I like and what I preference or what I like in a particular woman.
No, I agree.
I don't like no Mickey D's either. I don't want no fast food woman. I want a woman that's been slow cooked in the crock pot.
Wow, I like how you put that. Slow cooked in the crock pot. Not even in the air fryer. Crock pot.
Crock pot. That's a good point. Don't let your standards be set by other men. Thank you so much.
Right back to what. Right. I don't want to shift. But when he just said that, made me think about my roommates. That's what happens if you don't take control of your own focus. Subliminally, quietly, other people's focus to start to manifest in you. That could be good or bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I like. And season well.
And that's why you right. And that's why you're saying what you're saying. So I get it. You got to call it out. Me saying I like anything, that's just why. That's just everything I see. You know, that's not being specific. So let me be more specific. I like me an empanada.
oh my
Straight
God.
Empanada.
No,
Straight
papi.
Empanada. You know, that curly hair. I ain't gonna get too much into it. I think y'all know where I'm at with that. I like them all, but empanada, that's where I'm at.
But most people don't take the time to figure out what they really want. So they settle for anything. And then they get on these YouTube streets complaining about women. No, you don't know what you want. That's why you keep going to McDonald's when you really want something slow cooked and seasoned just the right way, that when you put your fork in it, it fall off the bone.
Fall off the bone. Whew.
I'm telling the truth. I'm trying to be PG, you know what,
You're trying to be PG, but man, this is the men's channel. It's TTC with respect to the ladies.
Yeah. Jonathan, he didn't. But it's the truth.
Well,
and you said, now you read me right. You read me right. I do want a woman who has this up here. Because if you don't have this up here, you're gonna lose me in the sauce.
It's funny you say that. I wanted to be specific about the mind of the woman. And I was thinking earlier this week, I said, give me a boring girl. I want a boring chick. I always used to put them on the back burner. I always had attracted to high-end girls, but they just don't last long on the shelf life with me. So, and I've always attracted to boring girls as well too. But boring is just the definition, I guess, I put on them, comparing them to the voluptuous woman that I wanted. But at the same time, who's to say that she's boring? My job is to teach her. So she would be a reflection if she's boring because I'm boring. It'll be a reflection of that. But boring isn't even bad either. Sometimes you just want I just want a wholesome woman. Wholesome, nothing perfect. I'm a former the way I'm a former, but she ain't so quick to want to go out here, go out to the club scene, going out to impress her friends. Listen, if she got 1 or 2 friends, I'm great with that. She ain't got to have 20,000 friends that's pulling her here and there and there. Nice little a situation that we can put together for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got to be no 10. Give me a 4. I'll make it into a 6. We good.
It's
At the point is, I'm not being picky. That's what I'm saying at this point. I am, but I'm not.
I got a video. Maybe I'll put the video. I got a video that a lot of men overlook. I don't want to I forget what the title is. I think it's A Nice Girl. They overlook this particular woman, not knowing that particular woman
could have been the best thing for you, man.
Be the best thing. She'll be a Michael Jackson song. She'll rock your world. But you look in at all the fixings on the outside and say, oh, she's just a regular girl. You'll be a Michael Jackson. She'll rock your world. The problem is we overlook good women because we're trying to compete with other men with women and the women don't really like them.
Whew. Stay in your tribe. Pay attention to the woman that pay attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing I've always fought against the grain with. I've always wanted the high-end ones, no matter what the cost. I would go because they had long hair, they had the rack, they had the behind. They were something that all the men wanted. I would get them. And sometimes it would just be for sport, just for sport. But that wasn't what brought me that didn't contribute to my focus. Let's say that. It didn't help at all. And actually, it brought my focus down.
Mm-hmm.
You constantly want to be all over that woman.
Right. What
Not like a
happens?
mantis, but she looks so good. You know what I mean? Go to work.
Yep. And
But-
what happens is that's why you have to define what kind of woman that you really want. I think a lot of guys, and I don't know why we're talking about this and why we even going this, but it's so important. I'm actually looking for the video. So a lot of men miss out on good women because they are focused on what other men say what a woman what type of woman they should be with.
Real talk.
Aesthetically.
And I look at, this is a conversation that comes up from time to time, but it's important. You look at it. Like I look at some of the celebrity wives, like Snoop Dogg, he got a regular wife. Chris Paul, regular wife. LeBron James, regular wife. These women aren't that out there. Like they're okay. There's something Unc would always say. There's nothing special about them, but there's something special to them women, to those men, what those women represent. Not all about the aesthetic part, something that they carry inside of them that's valuable to them, and they hold it down.
Mm-hmm. John W., I think that might be it. What do you really want in a woman? What do you really want in a man? I'm trying to find this video because I did it. Because most people are trying to get what everybody else want and not get a woman that's going to be good to you.
Right. And again, I don't want to keep repeating it, man, but you don't want to just be regretting the ones that passed you by or you passed by.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they come. They either they came and you didn't see it because you was on demon time or whatever the case may be, or they're there right now and you just don't even want to acknowledge it because you're so caught. Your lens is focused on these I don't know. I can't even think of nobody that's hot to me right now because all these chicks be looking alike with all the aesthetics. All of it, that's not cute to me. But they label the judgment as being cute. But but let's get back to this. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Right. But everybody trying to get the same thing. Let me the title of that video I did 3 years ago. It's called Don't Miss Plain Jane Chasing IG Models. I'm gonna tag it and put it up there, but don't miss Plain Jane chasing IG models. Every man needs to hear this video. It's only 8 minutes long. It's short and to the point. Don't miss Plain Jane chasing IG models. Plain Jane, if you tap into who she really is, baby, I got to go on that one.
Are you going to premiere that later?
I could. It's only 8 minutes.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's only 8 minutes. 8 minutes long.
We was in there deep. What was it, last night or the night before that premiere? It was about 11, 12 deep in there. We was in there.
Yeah. Don't miss Plain Jane chasing IG models. Plain Jane will have your back, baby. And she take them glasses off and look at you.
She look, man, listen. When them glasses come off, man, with some girls with that look all, you think they all geeky. Them glasses come off, woo, whole different look, whole different beast.
So with that being said, we gotta cut it. I gotta cut it. You chase the hot chicken, man. You chase the hot chicks, missing the friend who's all over you, Yep. So with that being said, this is LDA and Fierce Soul. Jono's in the background. We out of here. This has been an extended show. Thank you so much for the people who contribute for the jerk chicken on the Cash App. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not gonna get spicy. I'm gonna get barbecue. I ain't messing around. I learned my lesson. It was my own asphalt, and I am out of here. I can't get the music because I don't want to.
No triumphant. There we go. Hey, LJ, you think they got it today, man?
Yeah, I don't know. You think they got it?
They had to get something, man. We all got something out of it today.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me some spicy chicken breast.
Stay with that barbecue. Stay off that toilet.
Yeah, I got to stay off that barbecue. I can't do it. I ain't gonna do it no more. You ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. All right. I think they got it this week. We'll see what we talk about next week. I'll share in the Telegram about what it was. Oh, wait a minute. We gotta cut the thing off. Hold on. We gotta cut this off. What the heck? What the heck? There's too much going on. Too much going on here.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Woo.
Good luck.